listeners, and welcome today to DDM Health News Update. On our program, Your Health, Your Wealth, where we'll bring you factual, research-backed health information to keep you informed and empowered. So what do you have today? Now, let's address a long-standing myth that has been making sounds for years. The claim that drinking cold water during pregnancy can affect a baby's growth or temperature in the womb. Health experts and gynecologists have set the record straight. There is no scientific proof or evidence to support this claim. Speaking exclusively to Punch Healthwise, Professor Christopher Amiaku, an expert to obstetrics and gynecology at the University College Hospital, Ibadan, explained that cold water does not directly reach the placenta, nor does it alter the baby's temperature. Instead, the body naturally regulates the temperature of ingested fluids before they reach the stomach. These are the kind of explanation that the doctor gave. Similarly, consultant obstetrician and gynecologist Dr. Joseph Akinde reaffirmed that these myths are completely unfounded. He explained that the human body has a natural homeostatic mechanism that adjusts the temperature of fluids, ensuring they match the body's internal temperature. So, what does this mean for expectant mothers? Stay hydrated. Experts encourage pregnant women to drink plenty of fluids, hot or cold, especially in hot weather or even when feeling exhausted, to prevent dehydration. As things goes on, in summary of this, there is no harm in drinking cold water during pregnancy. In fact, it can be quite refreshing and even beneficial in hot conditions, just as we are this time around. Up next, pharmacists across Nigeria are calling for stiffer penalties for those involved in the sale of counterfeit and fake drugs, emphasizing the severe risks these illicit substances pose to public health. Their demand comes amid increasing concerns over the circulation of substandard drugs and narcotics in major markets across the country. Well, recently, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, seized and evacuated over 100 truckloads of substandard, false-filled and banned medicines from markets in Lagos, Onitsha, and Aba within a span of 6 weeks. The agency warns that if left unchecked, these dangerous drugs could drastically impact the health and quality of life of millions of Nigerians, which you and I are involved of it. NAFDAC Director General Professor Mojisola Adeyeye expressed alarm over the continued circulation of these drugs, describing it as a serious national threat. In an exclusive chat, according to reports on Sunday, the president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, that is the PSN, Tanko Ayuba, criticized the country's current legal framework for punishing drug counterfeiters. Under the existing Counterfeit and Fake Drug Act, offenders face a fine of 500,000 naira or a maximum of 5 years in prison, a punishment Ayuba believes is far too lenient to deter criminal networks. As time goes on, yes, similarly, the chairman of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, FCT chapter, that is Salamatu Orakwelu, suggested that life imprisonment as a more effective deterrent rather than the death penalty. She emphasized that imprisonment for life would not only handicap offenders, but also serve as a strong warning to others engaged in this illicit trade. In Lagos, another PSN official, Wolagade Iola, also called for stricter punishment. He stressed the dangers of counterfeit drugs, particularly their impact on patients battling life-threatening illnesses. According to him, administering fake medicine to such patients could lead to devastating consequences, including death. Iola also stated, if someone knowingly traffics counterfeit drugs, they must face severe consequences, a punishment ranging from 20 years to life imprisonment, which would send a strong message that such crimes will not be tolerated, especially here in Nigeria. Meanwhile, pharmacists are also urging the government to introduce their legislation that differentiates between international drug trafficking and uninternational possession of fake medicines. They insist that laws must reflect the severity of the crime to effectively tackle the crisis. While the growing public health risks posed by counterfeit drugs, stakeholders are now looking to policymakers for urgent legal reforms. But the question remains, will the Nigerian government take decisive action to impose harsher penalties and safeguard public health? Well, time will tell. Up next, as the scorching heat wave continues to grip the country, pediatricians have raised concerns over the increased risks it poses to newborns and young children, particularly premature babies and those fed with formula. Experts say that while heat waves affect everyone, newborns and children under 5 are among the most vulnerable due to their delicate systems, which are not equipped to handle extreme temperatures. According to reports, a professor of pediatric surgery at Bayero University, Kano State, Professor Aminu Mohammed, explained that newborns have thinner skin compared to adults, making them more prone to absorbing heat rapidly, which can dangerously increase their body temperature. A deadly combo for infants, according to Prof. Mohammed, exposure to excessive heat can quickly lead to dehydration in newborns due to moisture loss through sweating and breathing. He warned that dehydration in infants can cause electrolyte imbalances, which are critical for muscle function, including that of the heart. Newborns exposed to excessive heat can develop heat burnout, leading to symptoms like lethargy, irritability, and dry skin. If left unchecked, they may struggle to breastfeed, drink fluids, or eat properly, which further compromises their ability to cope with the heat. In severe cases like this can become life-threatening, Mohammed cautioned. The pediatric surgeon also pointed out that premature babies face even greater risks as they often struggle with breastfeeding and maintaining hydration. So he cautioned breastfeeding mothers, saying if a breastfeeding mother is dehydrated due to the heat, her milk supply could decrease, leading to even more complications for the baby. Formula-fed infants are also at risk. Professor Mohammed warned that during extreme heat, bacteria multiply rapidly, making stored or prepared formula highly susceptible to contamination. Consuming contaminated formula can lead to diarrhea, further worsening dehydration. Severe dehydration can also reduce blood volume, affect kidney function, and in some cases, lead to acute kidney injury that could progress to chronic kidney disease, he added. He also never leaves children under 5 because he said that children under 5 are also at risk of this disease. Also, speaking on this issue, a consultant pediatrician, Dr. Ayodele Reni, said the impact of heat waves on children under 5 is equally concerning. He explained that young children lose a lot of water through their skin in a process called insensible water loss, thereby making them highly contaminated or highly suspicious to dehydration. Children under 5 can develop heat rashes due to excessive sweating. These rashes can be extremely uncomfortable, which we all know. Even as adults, we feel uncomfortable on heat rash. So to compare this on children. So in severe cases, they may also suffer from heat burnout, heat stroke, or dehydration, which could lead to confusion, irritability, or even loss of consciousness, Rena stated. On the warning signs of heat burnout in infants and toddlers, he said it could be tricky to differentiate from other conditions like infections on the baby. However, parents should watch out for excessive fussiness, irritability, and unusual warmth in their babies. Are you looking after your child? That is the question every mother has to ask herself. If a baby who normally has a wet diaper every 4 hours suddenly goes 6 hours without one, dehydration is setting in. In older children, signs of heat exhaustion may include excessive thirst, lethargy, dizziness, or confusion. If a child faints or becomes unresponsive, it is a medical emergency and they must be taken to the hospital immediately. Now, he also advised parents to protect newborns and young children from the dangers of extreme heat. Yes, pediatricians also recommended the following for mothers who has the children being at risk of this heat wave. According to direct information or advice from the pediatrician, he said, avoid direct exposure to sunlight. Keep babies in shaded or cool areas. If possible, use fan or air conditioning to regulate indoor temperatures. Hydration is the key. Ensure babies and children drink plenty of water, or fluid rather, including water and natural fruit juice to replace lost moisture. Dress them appropriately. Light, breathable clothing made of cotton can help keep babies and toddlers cool. Give them lukewarm or cool beds. This helps lower body temperatures and prevents overheating. Furthermore, the World Health Organization has also warned that heat waves are among the most dangerous natural hazards. Yet, their effects are often underestimated because their impact is not always immediately visible. Therefore, experts are urging Nigerian parents to take extra precautions during this period of extreme heat, as newborns and young children remain at high risk. As temperatures soar across the country, the message is clear. Keep your little ones cool, hydrated, and safe. Well, listeners, that is it for our health update today. Keep tuned for more accurate, research-based information, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, stay healthy and stay informed. I am Nenyo Michaeline Ezini. Bye for now.